Да уже там меня слышно, не? Слышно меня? Меня слышно, не? Меня? Да, слышно меня, все. Ладно, вот сегодня будет у нас стрим по CSGO. Сразу его потише сделаю, CSGO. Сейчас потная катка была в соревновательном. Прям жестко. Сразу чат врубаю.
Йоу, чики-тау! В садик не ходил? Сегодня выходной. Сегодня отдыхает садик мой.
Так, вот уже зритель первый. Здорово, братан, здорово, братишни, здорово, здорово. Здорово, здравствуйте. Сейчас буду в CSGO играть. И кушать. Так, надо еду принести. Дебил, там лайт опять этот. Так, я сейчас пойду себе налью воды. То я к стриму вообще не подготовился. Так, ну поесть надо. Так. Я принес семечки, воду. Блин. Я и хочу рыгнуть, но не могу рыгнуть. Это прям жестко, это прям не круто. Так, я за теров пойду. Да я за теров сказал. А, вот. Так, я сейчас семечки, вот семечки у меня. Да ёкарный ты бабай. Какая ссаная упаковка просто. Невозможно. Сейчас все рассыплю. Ладно, похуй, в принципе. Угу. Кидай в ЛС фотки. Кидай в ЛС фотки кириешек новых. Я не верю. Слушай, я не верю тебе. Это неправда. Я считаю, что это наглое вранье. Вот для меня кириешки это святое, если не знал. 45 хп.
тебе помощь, а не скажешь.
Ну ты ешь кириешки, а я ем семечки. Семечки — это настоящая мужская еда. Ты анскилл, го на мираже 1 на 1. Откуда он вообще? Авик. Он когда встанет, вот тогда го. Боишься? Вот так только услышал слово 1 на 1, уже трусы поменял, да? Я это и хочу сказать. Ты все точно угадал. Ты просто, ты услышал слово 1 на 1, пописькал и пошел 3 раза поменял трусы. Я отвечаю, слушай. И вообще же есть. Да боты анскильные, вы усались все и убежали, ё-моё. Скотоводы, чё вы... А, ну тогда школьную группу напишу сейчас. Со мной Тимур боится 1 на 1 и говорит, да ладно, я пошутил, чё, я крыса что ли? Я не крыса. А я тогда поддаваться буду. Что произошло?
Да я же по тебе выстрелил, я тебе по голове прямо, вот тебе в затылок просто попал. Ой, нет, в затылок, я тебе в лоб просто, я тебе лоб прошил. Ты кто? Ты кто такой? Что ты? Ты? Да ты, да ты!
Воу-воу-воу-воу. Батяра перелетел, Молотов. Вот этот скотовод 12. Вот он меня реально романал. Двенадцать это ошибка молодости.
Ой, это мисклик. Это мисклик.
Вамуня. Загнобили. РДР-2 я удалил.
Нафиг ты смог кинул? Дебил! Тупой! Тупое ты говно! Насру тебе я в рот! Носу на твой гроб! Я дед! Что тут происходит? Кто ты такой?
А тут... А. На Б никого. Ну ладно. Да нет у меня РДР-2. Не, чел просто гений.
Идеальный спуск просто.
Попозже в Майнкрафт дай катку доиграть.
Согласен.
Ну вообще, где видос, который ты там обещал? Ну-ка. Нету его. Ай!
Можно? Никто не запрещал.
Я тупой.
Делается, объединили домбу. Боже. Стоп, кого обезвреживать? Зачем бомба обезвреживать? Она же так не стоит. Она лежит просто.
Уйди отсюда. А там чё? Да нет там никого, чё ты мне это мозги делаешь? Делаешь мозги мне. Боже, чел, не делаешь мне мозги. Так, ну я понял, там два чела стоят вон там наверху. Вот это вот плохо. Какое же ты конченое животное? Что ты наделал? Так, он там бамбу чекает. Падла, сейчас тебе плохо будет. Ой!
У нас просто чел выигрывает.
Скотовод. Диблоид, самый нахуй. Я тебе, блядь, сейчас не знаю, ты пиздов сейчас отхватишь, я тебе отвечаю, быдло. Вызывай маму. Ой! Мне больно вообще-то. Дудлоид полупросанный. Да я же по тебе выстрелил! Я же по тебе стрелял! Я же по тебе! Я же тебе в пузо попал! Я в пузо тебе стрелял, скотовод. В последнее время я так много наклеек каких-то получаю. Ну или чего-нибудь там другого, я не знаю. Блин, где бы поиграть? Да ну в жопу Майнкрафт, я буду играть в нормальные игры. Ну, Майнкрафт это, конечно, одна из лучших игр, но я буду играть в Свинку Пеппу. Угу. Две очень хорошие студии. Чё, шарик какой из урода? Можно я запропустить, пожалуйста?
Привет, я свинка Пеппа. Ты хочешь?
Нет, нихо. Нажми любую кнопку. Угу. В игре есть функция автосохранения.
Давай начнем. Сначала выбери, какую одежду будешь носить.
За кого же
Хороший
играть?
выбор. Какого цвета ты хочешь быть? Хочешь
Я
надеть
очкариком
шляпу?
буду.
Отлично. Чтобы начать добро пожаловать в город свинки Пеппы. Здесь будет весело. Мы скоро встретимся с Пеппой, но сначала попробуем прогуляться. Чтобы ходить, используй джойстик.
Так чё, куда? Очень весело.
Какой красивый цветок. Подойди к нему поближе.
Ага.
Нажми кнопку, чтобы прикоснуться к нему. Нажимай ее, когда она будет на экране.
Ну да. О.
Бабочка улетает. За ней.
Знаешь, что мне это не надо. Если я ленивый, например, вот я ленивый персонаж, что не мешает мне бегать вот вот так вот быстро. Стой, подожди, так это же F. А Q? То есть F и Q это не одинаковые, все, я понял.
Что
Так.
такое? Забор преградил дорогу? Не волнуйся. Той же самой кнопкой можно открыть ворота.
Какой? А?
Иногда, чтобы идти дальше, нужно отодвинуть с дороги предметы. Не забудь использовать эту кнопку, когда она появляется на экране.
Мужик, я не знал. Я не знал этого. Правда, чел, я не знал.
О, привет! Добро пожаловать в город! Куда ты идешь, малыш?
Чтобы поговорить с мамой-крольчихой, подойди к ней и нажми кнопку действия.
Так. О, нифига. А можно вообще куда-нибудь убежать? Можно мне не надо с этой мамашей разговаривать? Я уйду куда-нибудь. О, свинота там сидит.
Моя подруга свинка Пеппа.
Новый друг пришел навестить Пеппу. Как интересно!
О, славно, ты здесь! Добро пожаловать! Мы прекрасно проведем время. Ты здесь! Мы отлично проведем этот день.
Свинота, вот предложи что-нибудь адекватное, пожалуйста.
Это мой папа. Давай поздороваемся с ним.
Смешная нарезка детей. Давайте угадаю. Чё? Чё?
Привет, Пеппа. Вижу, у тебя новый друг.
Так, это мамка.
В чем
О, высерок маленький пришел.
плачешь? Динозавр. Динозавр.
Что случилось, Джордж? Ты потерял мистера Динозавра? Не волнуйся, он где-то рядом. Может, ты оставил его снаружи?
Джорджу и Пеппе нужна твоя помощь, чтобы найти мистера Динозавра. Он явно где-то поблизости.
Мы найдем его.
Да мне вообще на этого выселка маленького насрать, пусть ноет. Мне вообще пофиг. Дайте телек посмотреть, плойку поиграть. Я телек посмотрю.
Мистер Картошка!
Как тебе, мистер Картошка? Пеппе нравится.
Идем сюда!
Нифига мульты. Детство просто. Вот это ностальгия. Чё рыло такое? Удивленное. Как будто опять убийство очередное на телеке показывают в вашем городе, смешном, таком приятном, веселом.
Идем сюда!
Так ты уже определись, куда мне идти, дура. Конченая. Чё ты бегаешь? Слушай, Пеппа, мне вот, знаешь, мне вот вообще на твоего брата, вот этого вот Санова, мне на него срать. Я его вообще в мультике, когда я мультик смотрел, я его ненавидел просто, что он ноет постоянно, потому что он мне напоминает моего двоюродного брата, который реально ныл постоянно. За то, что ему планшет не давал свой. Я вам нагажу.
Включи, пожалуйста, снова, чтобы я могла читать.
Да заткнись, я пошел вообще. Куда за тобой? Чё ты останавливаешься и говоришь, иди?
Динозавр! Я его вижу! Он застрял на дереве рядом с лужей.
Какой же конченый
Попробуй
брат
его
просто.
спустить.
Мистер Динозавр застрял высоко на дереве. Им нужна помощь кого-нибудь повыше.
Идем сюда!
Да куда сюда? Чё тебе надо? Отстань ты уже от меня. Мне сказали динозавра забрать. Сейчас мы его заберем.
Трясти дерево бесполезно! Идем сюда!
Куда сюда? Чё ты прыгаешь, дуя? Так куда надо-то тебе? Куда тебе надо? Чё ты? Мамка меня уже убивать вышла за то, что я свет выключил. Ладно, хрюкать не буду. Это опасно для жизни. Ну все. Это вообще похоже на какой-то ранний билд игры. Вот мне сказали, пацану вот этому мелкому чмошнику, у него реально глаза у этой мамки, она сумасшедшая. А кто динозавра убрал? Мама пришла, что ли? Сейчас она мне этого динозавра в жопу запихает, отвечаю. Пошли в лес. Свинота. Почему они так смешно бегают? Белинда.
Дом медведицы Белинды.
О, привет, Пеппа.
Бедная дочка у этой семьи, глаз батя
Привет,
выкол,
Пеппа.
чтобы она на него похожа была.
Заходите скорее.
Травма детская, наверное,
Попьем
была.
с вами чай. О, да, спасибо.
А чё вы приоделись, дауны?
А вот и чай.
Спасибо, миссис Медведица.
А, у вас
Да не
убийство по...
стоит, я и так собиралась
Челики, у вас
заварить.
убийство по телеку
О,
передавали?
Мы собирались выпить чаю с очень особенным гостем. Но он ушел прямо перед вами.
Может, не будете пить чай в каком-то
Правда?
лесу?
И кто был этот таинственный гость? Поверишь ли, грозный пират?
О, да, страшный морской пират.
тупым.
Так-так. У него была большая пиратская шляпа.
У него была повязка на левом глазу.
А еще у него был
Боже,
золотой
жесткий.
крюк.
И черные моряцкие сапоги.
Но самое главное, борода красная, как помидор.
Я не уверен, что это красный.
Вот бы познакомиться.
Этот создатель игры.
Жаль, но ему пришлось срочно уйти.
Он ушел так быстро,
Дальтонизмом болеет.
что кое-что забыл. Правда? Что именно?
Кто графическим
оставил
дизайном тут занимался,
свою
это я не
большую
знаю.
пиратскую шляпу.
И повязку для левого глаза.
Сценарист.
И
Сценарист
золотой
дальтонизмом
крюк
болеет.
тоже.
И черные сапоги.
И прядь из его красной бороды. Вот я и подумала. Может, вы все это для нас отыщете?
А я не хочу.
Хорошая мысль. Вдруг он за ними вернется, а они тут как тут.
Да, мы поможем, правда?
Он какой-то немой.
Все еще чего-то не хватает, правда?
Чего-то не хватает. Вам еще бороду надо найти. Оранжевую. А не красную, да, он.
А я все думала, найдете, не найдете?
Че еще там надо им? Просто. Какой дебильный городок у них. Так куда?
Дом медведицы Белинды.
О, привет, Пеппа.
Да какие же вы
медведица.
конченые.
Привет, Пеппа.
Заходите скорее.
Да
Попьем
заходите.
с вами
Да
чай.
да вы тупые, вы понимаете, вы дебилы, просто вы такие, просто, я не знаю.
Ну, я не знаю, что долбили авторы, когда делали здесь скрипты. Заново собирать я эти бороды не намерен. Кто-то заходил, этот позор смотрел. Вот ты кто вот это вот смотрел? Ну-ка, найти. Ой-ой-ой. А пошли в жопу. Нет, уйди отсюда. Я не знаю, во что мне играть. Я бы в свинку Пеппу доиграл. Но там скрипты тупые, просто там просто зашел в другую зону, все, скрипты поломаны, сохранения поломаны. Kingdom Come Deliverance. Вот это нормальная игра, это AAA продукт. Вот это я понимаю, игра. Там тут хотя бы не просанные сохранения, как в свинке в Пеппе. Вах.
Charles IV, King of Bohemia and Holy Roman Emperor, had a long and successful reign. The empire he ruled from Prague expanded, and his subjects lived in peace and prosperity.
Помер
When the emperor
король
died,
Чехии.
the whole empire mourned.
Кто там был?
More than
Сигизмунд или кто?
7,000 people accompanied him on his last procession. The heir to the throne of the flourishing empire was Charles's son, Wenceslas IV, whose father had prepared him for this moment all his life. But Wenceslas did not take after his father. He neglected affairs of state for more frivolous pursuits. He even failed to turn up for his own coronation as emperor, which did
Где
little
Папа
to
Римский?
endear him to the Pope. Wenceslas the
Так, я убегал от половцев, когда играл. Поэтому сейчас продолжу. Только я не знаю, как... Надо как-то додуматься убежать от них. Через лес, наверное, поеду. Так, мне сейчас надо прибавлять темп, потому что я все никак это не мог пройти. Потому что, ну, там серьезно, у них у конницы боезапас бесконечный. Да нет! Да нет! Конь, ты можешь ехать? Ты тупое говно! Едь! 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 Едь!
Left. Halmur gets to the left along the stream.
Push free again.
Yo!
Kapsengen.
Yeah.
Ja.
Сложно шопы пэтс. Так, вот сюда. Да ты медь, тупая ты! Коняшка тупая, просто капец тупая коняшка тут. Да чё эти скотоводы-то едут за мной? Да не! Да ты не! Какая тупая коняшка. Едь давай, едь. Я сейчас кровью истеку. Едь. А! Я умираю. Семечко упала. Едь, конь! Конь, ну пожалуйста, ну доедь. Да я сегодня 5 километров... забыл. Я сегодня километр бежал. Конь, доедь. А мне докуда еще? Так, карта. У меня в какой-то жопе сейчас. Мне надо... Едь! Конь! Да! Мне в ляху попали.
Someone give him a drink and bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz.
They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the ground?
A huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage?
Нифига собака у него.
Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Kuttenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
Ну чё мне, куда мне идти?
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach. I heard about your father. They say
Must eat.
What are you doing here? Get lost. What are you?
Где кухня?
I have to eat something. My insides are shriveled up with the hunger.
Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
You fled from Skalitz. How did you manage that?
Легко.
What the?
Все, поспать дайте.
Please tell me what happened in Skalitz.
I'm sorry, but it's too hard for me to talk about.
I understand. It must have been terrible. Why don't you go and get yourself some rest?
Так уйди тогда отсюда. Я что, даже еще не поел? А покушать? И покакать. Все, завтра новый день.
trouble. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady, no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
Фу, ты старая.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to.
Не буду я с тобой спать, ты старая.
To tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I
Я
thought of you
сон
while
смешной.
saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're
Тетя,
welcome.
иди отсюда.
Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at
Можешь
home
какую-нибудь
here.
другую покрасивее тянку
You're
прислать,
not to
с ней
worry
можно
about
поспать.
anything except getting better. God knows you've been
Или
through a
волосатого
terrible
мужика, с этим
ordeal.
тем более можно.
I know what it is to be left alone in the world. Although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
No.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. I met my friends right next to the Skalitz ale house. When we heard Deutsch praising Sigismund, our blood boiled. My mates decided to teach that fool to mind his tongue, so, thanks to us, Deutsch had to scrape horse shit off his newly whitewashed house.
How foul.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzi. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. I saw smoke on the horizon from a village Sigismund pillaged on the way to our town, which was soon to meet the same fate.
God have mercy.
And then death descended on Skalitz. Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one human after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. I cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy.
Там мамку просто
May the Lord have
забили.
mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it.
Мечами забили,
I had to find another way
затыкали
to save
этими
myself. The men on the battlements
этими
called down
копьями.
to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around
Там
the
просто
castle.
мрак творился какой-то.
I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I wanted to help her. God knows I wanted to. Even though I had the sword we made for Sir Radzik, they had me outnumbered and they were well armed too. I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Все, иди отсюда, дай поспать.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding.
Это дело рук сатаны, да, и PlayStation тоже сатана сделал. Айфоны.
Whatever life brings.
И Америку.
Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown.
Как это интересно, слушай. Помоги нам, не будь трусом, и откинулся. Вот это, конечно, помощь.
Wake up! You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Из Скалицы, там еще кто-то выжил. Там выжили люди. Дайте посмотреть на них. Там люди. Иди отсюда. Там наша братва идет. Полумертвая.
No!
куда мне идти вообще? Где лестница? Пацаны.
Listen up. If it's Sigismund and his army, prepare for the worst. But don't be daunted by their numbers. Heed my command. All will end well.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmberg in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Divish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get there, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Farewell.
Вот это наши вроде.
Oh! Who goes there? Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Robber?
Sir Radzig, what a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir, he is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep. Well, Radzig, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry? It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat. I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened. Messenger? The lad you sent to warn us. He's alive? He made it to you? He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though. Thank God. A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away? Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left the storm into the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them. Would you like to spend the night in Talmberg? No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you. Well, what will you do then? We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile. You're right there. Is that boy still with you? I'm here, sir. You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us? I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz. Are you mad? What do you want there? I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
But sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I've seen you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out! Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Ratai now.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrol.
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Farewell.
Так что, куда теперь?
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
Quickly, we have citizens.
Jesus. We're coming at the blood skeletons.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. We may be in for a surprise, though. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Scarlet and killed my parents. Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markvart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markvart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king, and here in Talmberg divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Ratzik Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Ratzik Kobila is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
Капец. Сигизмунд, падла. Куда мне идти?
Don't worry, we're safe.
Safe? Sigismund and his heathen cutthroats will come out to wood any time now and slaughter us all.
Don't you start. Oh well, I wouldn't mind a bite to eat, actually.
My respects to you.
So, Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
So, Robard, my parents died there. I can't leave them to be eaten by dogs. What would you do in my place?
Sorry, lad, but I won't take orders. You'll have to wait until everything settles down, and maybe your lord will change his mind.
Where did these humans come from, anyway?
I don't know much about them, only what the Chamberlain said. That they came to Hungary from the east and settled there. They're godless barbarians and merciless fighters. The nobles used to say the Hungarian king shouldn't enlist them, because they dishonor our rules of warfare. But when there's power and money to be had, it seems that honor isn't worth my spit. And believe me, it's always about power and money.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Kuttenberg? Well, I'm just a simple soldier, but the good Lord gave me ears, and I've heard some things from Sir Divish and from those who fled from Sigismund's pillaging.
Were there many?
Indeed, but it was the Kuttenberg mercenaries who came to see me, because I knew them from before.
I see.
Listen, lad, these are all games of the high aristocracy. In Prague, a cabal of nobles rebelled against King Wenceslas, wealthy aristocrats who took against our king for reasons of their own. There's no doubt Sigismund had his fingers in the whole affair. Him and Wenceslas's cousin, Jobst. And that cabal helped him abduct the king.
So then why did Sigismund attack Kuttenberg?
Why do you think?
Because the lords there could have risen against him with their armies and stopped his conquest of the Bohemian territories?
That's part of it. King Charles, may God grant him eternal glory, built Prague into a proper royal city, while King Wenceslas took a liking to Kuttenberg. After Prague, it's the most important city in Bohemia, in the entire Holy Roman Empire. He who commands the Kuttenberg silver is king.
So Kuttenberg sided with Wenceslas because he favored it?
Now you're starting to understand. When Sigismund imprisoned Wenceslas and took control of Prague, the people of Kuttenberg began to raise an army against him. So with the attack on Kuttenberg, Sigismund killed two birds with one stone. He defeated Wenceslas's most powerful allies before they could stand against him, and also gained immense wealth.
Шибан.
And worse.
They do nothing of the sort. They're all nice. But something's taking fancy to something.
Where did you hear such a thing?
Чё мне, куда мне надо, а? Не понимаю я. Да надо мне.
You'd better put that way.
And we have two popes.
Помогите, пожалуйста, куда мне надо идти? Выберись из замка. Ну, в принципе, вот так бежать. ПП, пустите, пожалуйста.
God be with you.
I need to get out of here.
And I need a feather bed with a comely wench in it. But it looks like we'll both be disappointed. Sir Divish gave orders not to open the gate, and you especially are not to be let out.
Not any longer. I've vital information for Sir Radzig from Sir Divish's spies. The fate of the Skalitz people depends on it. Sir Robard ordered me to leave immediately, so let me out quickly.
A likely story. Better clear off before I lose my temper.
Ты не знаешь, кто...
Let me out, I
Ты знаешь, кто
Don't you
мой
know who I am?
батя? У меня
Someone who's
батя...
about to lose his teeth if he doesn't get lost quick.
Never mind.
God be with you.
У меня батя... Начальник туалета. А ты вообще кто такой? Быдло. Слушай сюда меня. Как же выбраться-то из этой жопы?
Oh God. Eat. Food.
Можно войти, пожалуйста, мне покушать надо. Дай войти. Короче, знаешь что, твой папа начальник туалета. Запомни, это было. Так, мне куда? Мне вот сюда. Ну и как до этой жопы добраться? Так вот повернуть и туда фигачить, до скалицы. Без коня, без чего-либо. В тряпках без еды. У вас можно еды взять? Пожалуйста, у меня еды нет. Я покушать забыл.
Ты покушал?
Да.
Ну-ка быстро кушать.
Так, это, я так понимаю, шахтеры здесь. Это шахта, это база. Вот это что сейчас вот этот припадок был, это прям жиза у меня каждый день такой, когда я резко встаю. Я просто... Конь.
Задача не выполнена. Но получится начать.
Я бы мог и это... Я чё, уже до столицы добрался? Ну, я не понимаю. Я, кажется, знаю, что мне делать. Короче, сейчас надо идти к замку самому главному. И лечить его в корень. Коня раздавили. Голову коня раздавили. И батя там. Чел, туда иди. Иди в главный замок. Ну не может обойтись, чтобы трупов не было военных. У них можно броню забрать. Так. Чё ты меч-то убрал? Меч надо. Грабежник?
Курва!
Ты курва! Курва, ты чё меня бьешь, курва? Тесак. Так. Что у него? Так, у него защита. Лапти. Оружие. Ну все, я его обнес. И жителей тоже. Крендель. Лететь у них еды. Простите, пацаны, но я у вас заберу чуть-чуть еды. Мне прям надо сейчас. Мне прям очень надо. У меня ни еды, ничего. Я что, их выбросил? Нельзя выбрасывать грушу. Чел, грушу нельзя выбрасывать. Так, подожди. Это лучше защищает, я думаю. Так, вот лапти и... Крендель съесть. Стрела. Ну все, я теперь более-менее адекватно готов к выживанию. Так, чайный пакетик надо сделать. Вот чайный пакетик надо сделать. Обязательно, обязательно. Так, обобрать нельзя. Так, что есть? Грибы. Грибы это надо. Фрукты. Говно. Хрен. Гроши. Это надо. Просто какой-то постапокалипсис. Хрен это надо. Хрен это вкусно. Хлеб, хрен. Просто. И родителей тоже обокрасить надо. Блин, тут мешки, я не могу их вскрыть. Почему? Ребенка повешали. Ну, в принципе, неудивительно для позднего средневековья. А, это не ребенок.
Hey!
Убежал. А у него есть лут? У него нет лута. Это девушка? Это непонятно что. Усался, убежал. Просто я обогатился едой. Я такой богатый. Пожалуйста. Так, это на всякий случай, если... Лук. Лук в те времена был только прямо у зажиточных людей и у армии.
Hey, well now, who wants to come pouring out from under some rock?
Чё ты меч убрал? Даун!
Топор. О, топор надо. Что у него есть? Капюшон, сапоги, перчатки, наколенники. Вот это да, вот это надо. Капец, сколько же тут быдла всякого развелось. Так, игрок, ну-ка. Мне... Так, сумма. Сейчас, где наколенники? А, это... Налокотники. Все, ну я капец, я теперь самый главный на селе пацан. Ровный. Нет, я лучше с мечом пана Рацига буду ходить, потому что ну, он тащит. Факел, нафиг мне факел нужен? Ну, конечно, постапокалипсис, ничего не могу сказать. Коровы, ой, лошади мертвые тут разлагаются. Повешен, на колесе кого-то повешали. Ну, я не удивлен, позднее средневековье. Мне кажется, даже в раннем средневековье таких зверств не было. А нет, зверства всегда были. Да такое вообще в любой стране можно сейчас найти, африканской.
God damn it, my stomach hurts.
От голода живот болит, да ты же похавал, чел, боже. Я же тебе вот, на, еще крендель. Съесть. Съесть. Лук. Морковь. Сушеные грибы. Что, теперь есть не хочешь? Как же в скалицу пробраться здесь? Это вообще вот тут возможно, не? Две дороги. Самое главное, на быдло здесь не наткнуться сейчас. Так, здесь, надеюсь, нету быдла. А, вон быдло. Привет, быдло. Я буду воевать за эти ресурсы. Я их отвоюю, попадло.
What's going on? What have we got here? Entertainment. Great. Whoa.
Быдло получила по заслугам. О, повязка. Взять. Товар. Оружие. Так, а что у него за оружие? Топор. А, нет. Тут видно. Гроши. Хлеб. Капец, ну я обогатился просто за счет челиков, которых убили. Так, вон там бачка убили.
Bailiff, he didn't run like me. He died with a sword in his hand.
Ну вот это трупная деревенька просто. Тут говно, тут, наверное, воняет просто сейчас дохлятиной. Я не представляю, как он сюда вошел без противогаза.
You stood by his side and he did this to you. In the end, you were a hero. You didn't run away. Didn't abandon him.
Где батя? Этого скотовода, надеюсь, убили, вот этого, который бухал постоянно. Если его убили, то я даже рад. Свинопас, блядь. О! Здорово, зритель. Я тут в Kingdoms Come Deliverance играю. Игра про позднее средневековье.
Why did you leave me? Forgive me. Forgive me for everything. Next time I won't run. I'll never run away again. I'll find the one who did this to you. I remember his face. I'll find him.
А ты еще труп поцелуй, пацан. Засос. Батю слышал причем.
I have to find the shovel and take care of you. I remember you told me you wanted to lie beside Mother. Here. Under the linden tree. At least I can do that.
Ладно, все, давай. Так, сразу ограбить всех надо здесь. Потому что, ну почему бы и нет. Так, я помню, там трупы были солдат. Мне надо обворовать солдат именно сейчас. Половецких солдат. У них там броня фул железный сет, фул кольчужный сет и почему бы, собственно, нет? Ты не можешь бежать, когда перегружен. Кренделями тут. Так что у меня гроша 19 штук. Так, что еще есть? Вот этот вот прикол. А вот этот я... Выкинуть че. У этих лучше защита. Защита 3. А перчатки ты зачем убрал? Урон. Защита 5. Топ. Так, вот это вот убираем. Вот все, вот этим. Топор. Так, стоп. Меч. Урон. Так, это урон. А топор 22 урона. Состояние есть. Да ну его в жопу топор. 2 топора, блин. Да зачем ты перчатки убираешь? Да унистический ты кусок говна. Перчатки нужны. Так, куда мне идти? Так, подождите. Да. Мне надо здесь, наверное, найти лопату. Какой-то скотовода обдристанного должна быть лопата, я не знаю. Так, у скотовода обдристанного сожгли хату. Так, там Собакин. Так, обнести крендель. На крендель тебя обнесем. Так, у тебя на 1 хлеб.
Get away, you mutt! Get away, you beast!
What's going on? Bishak? What in God's name are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing? Digging turnips? The beast just went for me.
Isn't that the butcher's? Isn't that body the butcher's?
Yeah, that's him. What's that got to do with anything?
Репу он копает. Всех убили, он репу копает.
I'd say the poor creature is standing guard over his master. You weren't trying to get to him, were you?
What do you care what I'm doing here? What are you doing here?
Came to bury my parents.
So bury them and leave me be.
Do you know what happened to Teresa from the mill? When I fled, the humans wanted to... They meant to violate her, God knows what else.
No, I don't know. What do I care? They probably raped her and killed her like all the others. Her misfortune. Right now I've got to take care of myself.
How did you manage to get away?
How do you think? I ran.
If you lend me that spade, I have to dig a grave and I can't find another.
What's it worth to you? I see you have a fine sword. I'll gladly trade you my spade for that. How did you come by it anyway?
Fine. I'll take the spade and you can have the sword. You can have it right up your ass.
You think you can talk that way just because you've got a sword?
Bullshit. I don't know much about sword fighting.
Suits me. I'll knock your teeth in then.
Лопатой он мне будет убить.
Come on. Kurwa!
Easy there. Back to nowhere. A good master won't believe anything.
That's right! Turn tail and run, you bastard!
Лопату-то дай. Лопату. Можно собаку как-нибудь погладить. Барбос. Либо она на территории этого укрепления. Ты не можешь, блядь, это перегрузить. придется оббегать полностью деревню. Мне что-то кажется, что меня не слышно. Сейчас я думаю, что меня слышно.
You're gonna like it.
Так, лопата, 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 лопата. Надо вооружиться лопатой. Где лопата? Накинешься, нос сломаю. Собака сутулая.
So, let's get to it.
Ой, собака ты моя. Вот такая жизнь воровская. Вот я сейчас просто на уровне быдла, потому что я ворую у трупов одежду. Броню, деньги. В то время этим только быдло самое занималось. А другая часть быдла устраивала войны.
How am I gonna do this?
Do you need some help? Is that him?
Yes. Can't you see the sword?
Who are you? What do you want?
Zbyszek? Who do you think we are? Franciscan brothers? We're here to rob you of everything you've got. Especially that fine blade that's of no use to a peasant like you anyway.
Banish the thought. It is my father's sword.
You mean him? I don't think he's gonna be needing it. Listen here, boy. You hand over that sword, I might just let you go. If not, you're in for a family reunion.
Ротик-то свой прикрой.
Leave me alone.
Kill him, Runt! Aye, cut the bastard down. As you like. could have just cost you a few teeth.
Don't you start. Oh well, I wouldn't mind a bite to eat, actually.
Я на самом деле не против съесть что-нибудь.
Way off.
Не идите! Он выносит с одного удара.
I told you how it would end. You should have listened to me. This is nice work. The chief is going to like it. It's new, isn't it? Now, for the maiden bloodletting. Surely your father never would have imagined it would be your blood. I believe there's a word for such moments. The old man would certainly know. But I'm just a common killer. Did you help make it? No doubt you did. Such miserable luck. To die by the sword you helped forge.
Hey, gum fuckers! The games are over.
Волосы какие-то. Чё у меня в кружке творится? Фу!
I could do with a bite to eat.
Фу, я не буду из этой кружки сегодня пить больше. Где мои эти приколы, которые я наворовал? Все типа игра закончилась, да? А, нет.
Mit kereseli? Véletlenül kibújtál anyád szoknyája alól? Szakad életed? Ну и куда я вышел? А, мне туда надо.
Do you need some help?
Henry! There's work to be done. Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise. Henry, can you hear me? Get up, Henry. Wake up. It's a new day. Henry, can you hear me? Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Teresa?
А теперь объясняйте, почему у меня все своровано.
Uncle won't be pleased, but you'll have to stay in bed.
Отдавайте мне мои вещи.
Where am I? In Skalitz?
We're at my uncle's mill in Rattay. I didn't know where else to go.
What happened?
You don't remember anything? I suppose that's not surprising. I found you in Skalitz after those bandits attacked you. I thought they'd done for you. But you were still breathing. Why in heaven's name did you go back there? It was madness. They slaughtered everyone who didn't run.
My parents, I wanted to bury them. I had to...
Don't worry. I took care of it.
Thank you.
Any good Christian would have done the same. Now sleep. You need your strength back. You're awake.
Good morning.
It's near midnight. You've slept all day.
Oh. Oh, I feel like a horse fell on me.
The beating you took was worse. But at least the fever's broken.
What in the world were you doing in Skalitz?
Waiting to die.
What?
They killed my brothers, my family, my friends.
They're all dead.
All of them. Everyone I ever loved. They killed one of my brothers in the mines. After that, what did I have to live for?
Don't say that.
There's
always hope.
No, there isn't. But it doesn't matter. I'm a different person now.
How did you manage to save me?
You were lucky. I was in Skalitz and I saw Zbyszek and his thugs. I tried to distract them, but it would have been no use if those soldiers from Talmberg hadn't arrived. They were searching for you and scattered the bandits.
Searching for me?
Yes. Lord Divish sent them, led by Captain Robard. So tell me, why is a lord of such high standing interested in a blacksmith?
Sir Divish promised Sir Radzik he'd look after me. But as for why they should care, I've no idea. Oh, I'm exhausted.
I'm not surprised. I'll bring you water and something to eat. In the meantime, rest. You're still very weak.
Еще немного попозже.
Good morning to you. How's the invalid today?
Ugh, haven't felt as good as this since they lashed me to the wheel and quartered me on the town square.
Got your sense of humor back. You must be better. My uncle will be glad to hear it. I had a job persuading him to let me bring you here. If you'd lain around much longer, he really would have dumped you on the town square. You can stay until you find somewhere else to live, but my uncle will want payment for taking you in and caring for you.
And this is your uncle's house?
We're in Rattay Mill. My uncle's miller Peshek. He took me in, and I talked him into taking care of you too.
I've been lying here long enough.
Uncle will be pleased he's one mouth less to feed. But are you truly well enough?
Well enough to do what has to be done. Where can I find Sir Radzig?
He's in the lower castle in Perkstein. He's a guest of Sir Hanush of Leipa. But someone like you can't just walk up bold as you please and demand an audience.
I know Sir Radzig, and I didn't bring him his sword as I was supposed to. I must see him.
If you insist. But you need to speak to my uncle first. You've been in your sickbed for over a fortnight while he paid the apothecary to tend to you, and for medicine. That's a good deal of coin you owe him.
I've been lying here 2 weeks. My God.
Better a fortnight in bed than an eternity in the grave. If it weren't for my uncle, you wouldn't be here at all.
Fine. But right now, I have more important things to do.
That's all you have to say? After everything we've done for you?
Думаю, пора
Well, do
стрим
as
уже
you see
заканчивать.
fit.
Так, сразу. Но мой крутой меч все-таки своровали твари.
A word with you, young fellow. Так, ладно, все, идем.
Halt! Who are you and where are you going?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith. I'm going to see my liege, Sir Radzig Kobyla of Dvoyets.
Of course you are, lad, and I'm the Pope. What do you want from his lordship, and what makes you think he'll see you?
Come on, I'm not some peasant. I'm Sir Radzig's blacksmith, and I need to speak with him.
It's my job to stop you. Now, bugger off.
I may not look the part, but I know about honour and duty. And mine is to tell Sir Radzig what happened to the sword he commissioned.
All right then, go ahead. It'll be your skin if Sir Radzig isn't pleased.
Could that be the smith's son, Hal?
On my soul, it is him. What are you doing here, lad? We thought you were done for.
I must speak with Sir Radzig. Is he here?
He's in the palace with Sir Hanush of Rattay. They're feasting in the Knight's Hall. What do you want with him?
My father made him a sword. He asked me to deliver it to Sir Radzig.
I don't see any sword.
No. Bandits attacked me and stole it. I need to tell his lordship what happened. And then I'm going to find the sword.
Of course you are, Hal. Good luck.
Thanks. Oh, God damn it, my stomach hurts.
Your Graces, I have to tell you in all seriousness that this land of ours is in the shit. Deep fucking shit. Don't you agree?
I might not have put it as eloquently as you, Hanush, but I've been driven out of my own castle, so I'm hardly going to disagree.
Indeed. But Pirkstein is yours for as long as you need it. There's room enough for your men and you here at Rattay, and I'm sure my ward won't have any objection to me lending you his castle.
I'd be honored. Pirkstein is at your disposal as long as you wish, Your Grace.
Just as well you have another castle at the other end of town, eh? At any rate, I'm beholden to you, Sir Hans, and to you, Sir Hanush.
I don't like to speak ill of your people, Sir Radzig, but, well, there's no love lost between the townsfolk and the refugees. There's been talk of criminality.
No, they'll have to get used to it until the situation's resolved.
But when will it be resolved? And what on God's earth is this war even about? I won't lie, sir. I don't understand it.
You aren't alone, Father. I believe Sigismund's original intention was to persuade Wenceslas to accept the imperial crown and to leave the rule of Bohemia to him.
Who could blame him? I know Wenceslas is a friend of yours, Radzig, but even you have to admit he brought it upon himself.
I can't deny the king neglected affairs of state for other pursuits. There is a need for order in the land, but I don't think the lords who sided with Sigismund realized just what Hungarian order looks like.
Hungarian order?
What concerns me, sir, is how a good Christian could resort to such brutality.
To give him his due, I don't think he expected the lords of this country to stand behind the king. But thanks to him, we're tearing ourselves apart, and now he has to get things under control.
But why in God's name does he have to use those barbarians?
Money is the root of all evil, young sir. Wars are costly, and this one has dragged on for a year. Sigismund ran out of coin for knights, so he recruited those whore sons that settled in Hungary. The less he pays, the more they make up for it with plunder.
That's why he attacked us. He was after our silver.
What are you doing? You've no business here. Clear off.
Wait, it's Henry. Henry, who disappeared after I clearly ordered him to remain at Townburg.
I'm sorry, sir, but I had to bury my parents.
Had to? Do you think you were the only man who lost someone there? But the others listened to their lord.
And it wasn't just your own life you nearly threw away. So Robard and his men risked theirs to save you.
I'm sorry, but I had to.
Oh, there you go. When you have to, Radzig.
Your father was a remarkable man, and your mother, she was remarkable too. They deserved a Christian burial. Did you manage that at least?
No. I was attacked by thieves. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for that girl.
Girl?
The miller's daughter, Teresa.
The miller's daughter saved you from the footpads? Well, there's a tale to tell your children.
I owe her my life. She distracted them and then brought me to Rattay. But without Sir Robard, we'd both be dead.
Oh, that's what I call a good woman. Hang on to that one, lad.
Still, it's a great shame your parents are buried in unconsecrated ground. That means purgatory for them.
Be quiet, Friar. I didn't invite you here to eat me out of house and home and deliver a sermon while you were doing it.
If you're so concerned, Father, maybe you should save the innocent souls of these fine Christians yourself. Go to Skalitz and consecrate their graves. I assure you, if you're killed by bandits, your soul will soar straight to heaven, as long as someone buries you in consecrated ground first.
If there's anything left to bury, that plump carcass of yours would be quite a feast for the wolves and the crows. And one skeleton looks much like another, so how would we know which were your ordained bones or those of Sigismund's Tartars?
Be that as it may, why have you come here?
I must get your sword back.
Sword? My sword hangs here at my side.
No, the sword my father forged for you. One of those thieves stole it from me.
They almost killed him and he already wants to go back.
Takes after his father, I suppose. Lad, I've lost a castle, a village, silver mines, and a good half of my subjects. Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
I understand. I'd feel the same way. But prudence is the better part of valor, and a dead man keeps no promises.
Aye. The woman had to save his fat from the fire, and now he wants revenge. What kind of fool are you, boy?
He's no fool. Henry, you have courage, but you need training, arms, a horse. Or do you mean to beat this thief at dice?
No, sir. Please, take me into your service and give me the chance to learn these things.
The gall of him! Fled from the enemy, disobeyed your orders, duped Sir Divish, lost your sword, put Sir Robard in danger with his actions, and now he wants a promotion.
Sir Capon's right.
What you say is certainly true, except for fleeing the enemy. You would have run as well. Believe me. Henry's earned some punishment, but how do you punish someone who's already lost everything, Courage and blind obedience are good qualities for a soldier, but a wise man also appreciates loyalty, perseverance, and determination. Besides, that was a fine sword that his father made. If he thinks he can get it back, I won't turn it down.
My lord, he's a peasant. You can't make a squire of a peasant.
Why not? Someone made a priest of a pig.
He isn't a peasant, Father. He's a blacksmith, and recent events have left me in need of his skills. So, you'd like to enter my service?
Sir, Yes, I would. You won't regret it.
I probably will. I'm doing this for your father, lad. Don't it disappoint me.
Oh, fortune has finally smiled on you today, lad. Make the most of it.
Now that I think about it, Sir Hanush, The boy needs training and experience, and you need spear carriers.
That's true. The bailiff is always complaining about your people making trouble in the camp. Maybe one of their own among the guard might help.
It might. In any event, it will prove valuable experience.
But let's be clear, you're the one paying him. Captain Bernard, see to his training, and then send him to the bailiff.
Yes, sir.
And don't spare him.
You can rely on it, sir.
Don't forget, Henry. Don't disappoint me.
I won't, my lord. I could do with a bite to eat.
Sigismund and his murderers took everything I had.